Hi friend, welcome to the Company Law Adjudication and Appeal Series. Today we are discussing Delhi ROC Adjudication Order for the violation of Section 92 and Section 137 of the Companies Act in the matter of the NMM Producer Company Limited. In this case, ROC imposed total penalty which is going to be reduced 50% of the total penalty calculated for the violation of this section. That is the total penalty imposed in this case is 16.43 lakhs for the violation of Section 92 and 137. Let's see the facts of the case. Company name is the NMM Producer Company Limited, having registered office in Delhi. And as per the MCA record, company paid up capital is 10 lakhs and turnover is since no filing made by the company, so no turnover shown on the MCA portal. And since company is not holding subsidiary and Section 8 or a special act, constitution under the special act. So therefore, this company is considered as a smaller company. Let's see facts of the case. It has been observed from the e-record of the company maintained by the MCA that company has not filed its due annual return or financial statement for the financial year 2019, financial year ending 2019 and to financial year ending 2020 as required under the provision of the Section 92 subsection 4 and Section 137 subsection 1 and 2 of the Companies Act. In terms of the provision of Section 92 and 137 read with the Section 454 of the Companies Act, ROC had issued a so-called notice dated 19th January 2022 to the company and officer in default. The notices were called upon to so-called for non-filing of the annual returns and financial statements for the financial year ending 2019 and financial year ending 2020 under the provision of Section 92 and Section 137 of the Companies Act. No response was received from the company and officer in default. In terms of the provision of Section 454 subsection 4 of the Companies Act, before imposing penalty under Section 454 of the Act for the violation of Section 92 and Section 137 of the Act, this office had issued an opportunity of being heard dated 21st April 2022 was given to the company and its officer in default through email and speed posts. In terms of the provision of Section 92, subsection 5 and subsection 3 of Section 137 read with Section 454, neither the envelopes containing such so-called notices nor any response thereto was received from the company and or its director, company secretary, or such default has been rectified either prior to or within 30 days of the issue of the notice by this office. Let's see the relevant provision of the Act. As per Section 92, subsection 4, every company shall file with the registrar a copy of the annual return within 60 days from the date on which the AGM is held, or where no AGM is held in any year within 60 days from the date on which the AGM should have been held, together with a statement specifying reason for not holding the AGM, with such fee or additional fee as may be prescribed. And further, subsection 5 says that if a company fails to file annual return before expiry of the specified period, such company and every officer in default shall be liable to a penalty of the 50,000 rupees. 50,000 rupees and in case continuing failure, with a further penalty of the 100 rupees for each day after first during which such failure continues, subject to maximum of 5 lakh rupees. And further, subsection 5 of Section 92, this is got amended with effect from 21st December 2022, which now reads as follows. If a company fails to file its annual return under subsection 4 before expiry of the period as specified, such company and every its officer who is in default shall be liable to penalty of the 10,000 rupees, and in case of continuing failure, with a further penalty of the 100 rupees for each day after first during which such failure continues, subject to maximum of the 2 lakh rupees in the case of the company and 50,000 rupees in case of an officer who is in default. Further, Section 137 If a company fails to file copy of the financial statement under subsection 1 or subsection 2, as the case may, before expiry of the specified period, the company shall be liable to penalty of penalty of 1,000 rupees for every day. 1,000 rupees for every day during which the failure continues, but which shall not be more than 10 lakh rupees. And the MD, CFO, if any, and in the absence of the MD, CFO, any other director who is charged by the board with the responsibility of the complying with the provision of this section. And in the absence of any such director, all the directors of the company shall be liable to penalty of 1 lakh rupees, and in case of the continuing failure, with further penalty of 100 rupees for each day after first during which such failure continues, subject to a maximum of 5 lakh rupees. Section 137 got amended with effect from 21st December 2020, and hence the penalty is 10,000 rupees. In case of the company shall be liable to penalty of 10,000 rupees, and in case of continuing failure, further penalty of 100 rupees for each day during which such failure continues, subject to maximum of the 2 lakh rupees, and officer in default shall be liable to for 10,000 rupees, and in case of continued default 100 rupees for each day after first during the failure continues, subject to maximum of the 50,000 rupees. In this order, the company and its director in default have not been filed their annual return and financial statement pursuant to subsection 4 of section 92 and subsection 1 of section 137 respectively for the financial year ending 2019 and 2020, thereby making themselves liable for the penal provision under subsection 5 of section 92 and subsection 3 of section 137 of the company respectively. Having considered the facts and circumstances of the case, and after taking into account the factors that non-filing of the statutory return in the MCA registry, which is a public domain, is a violation of the relevant provision of the Companies Act, and also hereby impose penalty on the company and its director as per the table given below for the 2019 financial year ending 2019 for default of the annual return filing on the company. That is, total number of the delay is 874 days. That's 50,000 plus 100 per day. Default is the maximum subject to 5 lakh. Here maximum is the 1,37,400, and reducing the penalty 50%. That is the under by applying the provision of section 446 B of the Companies Act. That is the 68,700, and on every officer in default there is the 5 director, which is officer in default, and impose penalty on 68,700, and 50,000 plus 100 per day default. And for failure to file financial statement for total number of days, 900 is 4 days. This is 1,000 per day. Here is penalty imposed. That is the total penalty 9,04,000. Subject to maximum penalty 10 lakh, and here higher of them is 9,04,000, and reducing penalty 4,52,000 by applying the provision of section 446B, but since the company is the smaller company. And on every director who is the officer in default, that is the 95,200, that is reducing penalty 15,000. And for the financial year ending 31st March 2020, on the company for the failure to file annual return 25,800, and on officer default 25,000 each on the every officer default, and failure to file financial statement, that is total 27,300, and on every officer default 25,000 each by applying the provision of section 446B of the Companies Act, that is a lesser penalty. The company and its director are hereby directed to pay the penalty amount as per the column given above. In case director such amount is required to be paid out of his own fund, the company's director are hereby directed to rectify the default immediately from the date of receipt of a copy of this order. The notices shall pay the said amount of the penalty through online by using the website MCA. Within 90 days of the receipt of this order, appeal against this order may be filed with the original director within 60 days from the date of receipt of this order. And In case of the failure to pay a penalty as mentioned above, then section 454 subsection 8 is attracted for non-compliances of this order. Thank you so much for watching this order update. Here total penalty imposed is the 16,43,000. So be careful in annual filing. Thank you so much.